Hello everyone and welcome back to Ensemble Stars for another scouting video. Now, it's actually been a while since I've done one of these. I had done a couple of scouts in a few of the recent gachas, mostly on my side account. I recorded one of them. Yeah, they were underwhelming. I got nothing basically from the featured gachas, just some repeat initial 4 stars, so I didn't end up posting those. So let's hope this one gives me something better so I can actually post this video and give you guys something interesting to watch. So as always, I have a few things to talk regarding the game and the new characters and things like that. So if you want to listen to me ramble, you can. If not, I will put a link in the description to when the scouting actually starts, so you guys can head there and can skip all the boring stuff if you don't want to listen to it. So, new characters. So there are, not even new characters, a new school. So they are introducing a new school that are, I guess, supposed to be Trickstar's opponents. At the end of the main story, they've defeated Fine, they've gone on to whatever the school-wide competition is, and this is supposed to be the unit that they are competing against. And I think it's interesting that they've decided to add another unit. I can kind of understand why they're doing it with a new school, because obviously there's 34 or something student characters right now, 34, 35, which is getting a little oversaturated. And the one issue I have with it is that a lot of these characters haven't been properly developed yet. They don't have backstories that have been explained, they don't have, all their relationships haven't been explained, so it seems kind of strange to me to add an entire new school in with the potential of, 35 more new characters and 10 more new units, when the ones that we've known for 2 years aren't fleshed out yet. So I'm hoping that they aren't going to be super into the story right now, but I guess it is a way, considering that they don't seem to want to progress the story. Like, they don't want to graduate the third years. The third years keep repeating back at the beginning of every school year, beginning of every April. They go back to where they were the year before, which again kind of stunts character development, and eventually they're going to get to a point where they can't do anything more with these characters the way they are. So maybe introducing a new school now is a way to kind of segue into that, almost like if you guys play Love Live, the end of Muse and the beginning of Aqua, where they go into a new school. So I'm not sure if that's their plan. I guess looking toward the longevity of the game, that might be something they're going into, but regardless, at the moment there's only 2 new characters. And they're in the new event, so we've got Hiyori, who is the leader of the unit, who is actually ex-Fine. He was mentioned in the Magicians event, which was the Switch introduction event last August, I guess, end of last August. So he is a new character in that we haven't seen him before, but we have at least heard of him. So we know he has some sort of beef with Fine and Eiichi, I'm guessing, considering he's now at a new school. I don't mind his design. I'm not a big fan of the hair color. It's kind of like they couldn't decide between green and blonde and went with some sort of seaweed color. I think somebody actually put it into a color picker and it came out as like mojito or something, so yeah, he's got green hair. And then we have June, who looks an awful lot like Koga. And he's very cute. He's got the kind of dark navy blue hair, but if you put gray hair on him, considering he also has yellow eyes, he would be a dead ringer for Koga. So I'm not sure if there's a reason for that, if they've just run out of interesting character designs, but in terms of personality from what we've seen with them, they seem interesting, so I'm willing to give them a chance. I'm just not really ready to let go of the current batch of characters because there is so much about them that we don't know yet. So that's my speech about the new school. But we're going to go into the scouting, which, there it is. So I've put Madara on my main screen because he, of course, is the 5-star. And I haven't looked at the cards yet. I mean, I've seen, obviously, the previews for Madara and Leo, so I know what the gacha is, but I haven't looked at the unblooms. I don't know who the 3 stars are. Based on the story description, it should be Kato and Eiichi, but sometimes they throw random cards in there that aren't in the description. So let's take a look at these. Oh, okay, I want this card. I am a classically trained pianist. I have played piano since I was 4 years old, so anything that has to do with pianos, I am in. That is the reason why Ritsu is one of my favorite characters, because he is also a pianist. So, I really want that card. And Leo is adorable. I also really want this card. And if you guys have read some of the stories, one of the things I've really been wanting is Madara, Leo, and Kato in a story together. Because we know that Madara and Leo are close. we know that Kato and Leo are close. And in the one story, Madara mentions that he and Kato used to get up to some trouble together, which got me thinking that maybe the three of them used to get up to some trouble together, because we know that Leo and Kato had something to do with, like, liberating the archery club room from some thugs who are taking over it and saving kittens at the same time. So I'm actually really, really excited for this story. And I'm almost more excited for the story than I am for getting the cards, just because getting the story is easier to access. But in order to open up the story chapters and translate them, I need the cards. So we'll see how this goes. And so let's take a look at the 3 stars, which I'm guessing are still further down. Come on. So we do have Kato and Aichi, so that at least was not misleading. So that's good. I'm really excited for the story. I don't know who's written it. Usually the 2 writers trade off between events and gachas, but the last cycle, the same person wrote both of them, so I don't know who's doing this one. And if you guys know the writers, there are 2 of them for this game. There is Akira, who is the main writer, and he does all the heavy stories. He does the angsty ones, so I'm pretty sure he's doing the event story because of the new characters. And Yuki is kind of the secondary writer, and her stories are generally a lot less angsty. They're a lot fluffier. They're not quite as in-depth. So this story could go either way. But I hope it's a good story. I hope there's a lot of good interactions, especially between Leo, Kato, and Madara, and Aichi. Aichi shows up everywhere, so I'm not even surprised he's showing up here. But yeah, I am super, super nervous. You guys, if you watch my videos, you'll know I used to have a Lucky Night strap that was like I had it hanging on my purse. I lost it somehow. I don't know how it fell off. I ordered a new one. It's not the same, but it is still a night strap, and it came, so I am clutching it right now, hoping that my new one will bring me as much luck as my old one, especially since my scouts lately have not been great. But let's go. I don't know what I'm hoping for. Anything that'll unlock stories from this new gacha so I can read them. That's all I want. Okay. And I do have another scout on my side account, so if I get all the cards in this one, I won't go over there. If I don't, which is probably going to happen, then we will. But yeah, okay, let's go. Let's just do it. Yay. Yay! Oh my god. Thank you, Madara. Okay. I really, really love Madara, actually. I haven't talked about him a whole lot in, like, blah. I can't talk. In the context of himself as a character, I wasn't sure when he was first introduced, but I love him a lot. He is so sweet and so warm, and there has been hints that a lot of it is because he feels like he has no place, so he wants to be kind of a comforting presence to other people, and I relate to that a lot, actually. So I want to learn more about him, and I am very glad that he has come home. Thank you, Madara. Oh, wow. This card is gorgeous. I mean, all of these cards are gorgeous, but I really, really love this 5-star. Okay, let's see what else we can pick up here. Yes! Okay. So I guess I am going to save my Dia on my side account, because this was all I wanted. If I get both of them the same scout, and this is kind of a funny coincidence, but last year at this time, I believe, was the first 5-star I ever scouted on this account, which was Ice Cream Nazuna. And I was scouting for Mika at the time, and I ended up getting all 4 of the gacha cards in the same scout, and that was the first time I ever scouted a 5-star. So maybe this scouting period is just lucky. But we'll see if we can get either of the 3 stars, which would also be good. Hi, Madara, again. Okay, keep going. Sometimes I think the 3 stars are harder to get than anything else. I don't think I'm getting them. But that's okay. Does that mean... Okay, that just means I have more Adonises than the album can carry. But that is really all I wanted. So we'll take a look at these 2. I wonder if they come with 2 outfits, because Leo, that's a new outfit too. And he does, okay. So that's actually good. So we get 2 outfits, and how many stories? 1, 2, 3, 4 out of that card. So between the 2 of them, I'll probably be able to unlock most of the stories. And I've got some story keys saved up, so I can always use those 2 if I need to. And so Madara has 1, 2, 3, 4, also 4 in a background, and 2 outfits. Oh, I'm so excited. His cards are so beautiful. Okay. So we're going to take a look at him. And yeah, he's not going to do anything because it's not bloomed yet, but I'll zoom in on Leo too. I know I did before. But he's eating his little, I think it's a taiyaki fish, but that is so cute. I know Mika has one of them in one of his cards. Okay, and I think this story also takes place when Leo has disappeared. So that's also interesting because we know a little bit of what happened to him between the time he left school at the end of his second year and when he comes back in after summer break in the third year, based on a Lionheart, which also came out about a year ago, which is the big Izumi Leo kind of novel story that came out. And also from Madara's one of his sub-stories, we know that Leo didn't get abducted by aliens, not that I'm sure most people thought he did, but Madara, in fact, kidnapped quote him to take him on a world tour and basically try and cheer him up, which again is another reason I love their relationship so much, because Leo really needed somebody at the time, and even though Madara probably didn't know exactly what he was going through, he knew he needed to get away and to just be somewhere where he didn't have to deal with life for a while, and that is really important, and I'm glad the game is exploring relationships like that, because I think this game is really good with exploring just friendships and a lot of varied kinds of relationships, which I think doesn't happen a lot in these types of kind of idle games. So I'm grateful this game is doing that. But okay, we're gonna head back to the main screen. Hi, honey, thank you so much for coming home. And I have a lot of friends who are scouting for this gacha who really want these cards, so I'm wishing them the best of luck. I'm wishing you the best of luck if you are scouting in this gacha. And otherwise, I will see you guys whenever a gacha shows up that I want to scout in next. So I'll see you then.